This video was requested more than like niche fragrances. Let's talk about it.
Here's some codes to save you some cash on your next Middle Eastern niche or designer fragrances.
What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. So today's video was highly requested because of the demand and the ease and really the value, the price value that you get bang for buck with all of these fragrances. So it's fragrances that are centered around the Invictus Aqua DNA. It's definitely gonna be a Clone War series for sure, but there's just so many and they're still producing some of them. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think about an Invictus Aqua Clone War. Today we're gonna be talking about 4 of those. One that's a designer fragrance, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. We're gonna be talking about Lattafa's Hayaati. And we're also gonna be talking about Lattafa's Najdia and Rayhaan's Pacific. And I'm gonna tell you guys exactly why I find one of them to be the best out of all of these. So the first one I wanna start off with is going to be the lesser recommended one that I find, or that I have in my collection rather, and it's gonna be Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. Mont Blanc Legend Spirit is one of the first ones to hit the market after Invictus Aqua, and it smells great. It genuinely smells really good. This is one that I used to absolutely love, but the only problem with this is the performance. I never managed to get more than 4 hours out of this, and that's like spraying it 12 times. So Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, it's still fantastic. If you're going to school, I mean, youthful fragrance, gym fragrance, this is perfect. You only really need those 4 hours. Is there better though? Yeah, there absolutely is better fragrances than Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. And the next fragrance is actually better than Mont Blanc Legend Spirit in terms of performance, but not scent profile. This is called Lattafa's Najdia. Lattafa's Najdia gives me 5 to 6 hours, smells like in the same vein as Invictus Aqua, but it smells a little bit cheaper for sure. There's something more synthetic in this one, and it has some kind of dusty undertone to it. And it's only once I started picking up some of the alternatives to Invictus Aqua that I really started to detect the quality differences, and this happened to be one of the lower ones actually. So Lattafa's Najdia, I wouldn't personally recommend it in this day and age, especially considering all of these other ones. Which leads us to the last 2, and we're going to talk about both of these, which are both bangers, honestly. Lattafa's Hayaati, I think, is a fantastic fragrance, and we also have Rayhaan Pacific. So the reason I want to talk about this one is because look at the dent on this, and it was a highly complimented fragrance, and it's a part of one of the fragrance hauls that I unboxed here on the channel and never really got a full review in. So Lattafa's Hayaati and Rayhaan, both are Invictus Aqua DNAs, and actually quite similar if I'm being honest. This performance-wise, I've never had an issue, and this performance-wise, I've also never had an issue. Above average performance, also above average performance. But the scent DNA and the scent profile quality, that's where the differences are. As far as refinement, Rayhaan's Pacific has the edge. Lattafa's Hayaati smells fantastic, and these are absolutely, or can absolutely be redundant. But this basically smells like a more refined, polished version of Hayaati and Invictus Aqua. As simple as that. This one can be a little bit too strong, if I'm being real. Some scent profiles, if they go too strong, it can honestly negatively impact the way that it smells. Now don't get it mistaken, I'm not quantifying strong in terms of performance, I'm talking about scent profile and DNA. It smells very rich and thick. So it's almost like you took Invictus Aqua and just kind of made it fatter. And that's essentially what this one is. But the problem with that is it's an aquatic fragrance that's supposed to be fresh. Longevity, both of these don't have a problem with it. But the problem is when you start to do thicker, fresh fragrances on my skin, it can really emphasize some of those notes like the salty notes, etc. And it comes off a little bit salty or sour, or more likely to come off sour on my skin. And that's kind of what this one does if I spray it more than like 8 times. With this one, you're not really gonna get any of that. I feel like it's perfectly balanced, and that's why I find this one to be a more refined and polished version of this. With this one, you gotta be careful because you can overspray, and when you spray it more than like 8 times, it doesn't necessarily get too strong or cloying, no, but it just starts to smell too synthetic. It starts to get cheap smelling, and all of the negatives about it starts to really shine, and it just kills the entirety of the fragrance. With this one, I could spray it 8 times, get relatively similar scent profile, similar DNA, but much more refined. It's as simple as that. This is a better version, more polished version of this. This is about $20 to $25, and this is about $25 to $28 with my coupon code down in the description. So pretty close in terms of how much these fragrances are. If you ask me which one I'd spray on first, I'd go with this. And the simple answer why, quality. Plain and simple. Everything I was saying prefaced this exact statement. This smells better quality than Lattafa's Hayaati. Simple as that. Both are compliment worthy. With this one, you gotta be careful. It's a lot more synthetic than a lot of these other fragrances. This and Najdia, it's definitely better than Najdia and better performance than Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, but scent profile wise, this is the king. And to be honest with you guys, I mean, even Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, scent profile wise, smells better than Hayaati. However, the strength and everything else makes Hayaati a much better grab than Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. So simple as that, no need to over complexify it. All of these are Invictus Aqua DNAs. All these are great suggestions. I wouldn't really recommend Najdia anymore just because if you're gonna go for Najdia, you're better off with Hayaati, and if you're gonna go with Hayaati, you're better off with Pacific. All of these have garnered me so many compliments. It's borderline, it's stupid. It's stupid how many compliments. This specifically and Hayaati. Both of these have got me compliments. And honestly, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit has as well. All of these. Simple as that. All of these. Invictus Aqua. There you go. Invictus Aqua. This smells a lot like that. That's what I think about all of these fragrances. Rayhaan is the best in this price point. If you want to spend a little bit more, there are some better alternatives as well. But under the $30 mark, all four of these are great options. Actually, I think this Mont Blanc Legend Spirit is more expensive than $30. And when you keep that in consideration, it makes these others like it's no-brainers. But Rayhaan definitely the best one in comparison to the other two. I already know the comment section is about to be filled with Hayaati is amazing. Hayaati is amazing. I love it. But Rayhaan Pacific would be my pick over Hayaati. If you have Hayaati, do you need Pacific? No. Okay? That's not what I'm saying here. Redundancy is a real thing. Can these two be redundant? Yes. If you don't reach for Hayaati that often, kind of like myself, I don't really reach for this one too often because genuinely it's too strong. And not the performance, the way that it smells, it comes off. And if I spray it more than like 5 to 8 times, it's like synthetic stuff. So let me know down in the comments which one of these you own. Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and until the next video, peace. Thanks.